everyone, and welcome to Those Working Fangirls, where we talk all things nerdy book, TV, movie, pop culture, fandoms, and how they integrate into our adult lives. I'm Natasha.
And I'm Christine.
And today we're putting ourselves into classic Disney movies and reimagining how they would change if we were the main characters.
It's gonna be a fun time.
We've done this before.
Well,
with
no,
Twilight
not with
and
Disney.
ACOTAR.
Yeah, we've done different worlds and Fourth Wing, and today we're going into Disney movies as Disney princesses and rediscovering how it changes if we're inside the film. But first today, we have a special guest with us, bestie and social media specialist that you might know from the Forking Fangirls Instagram and the million other times she's been on the show, Chloe Laverson.
Hi, friends. It's good to see you. I'm excited.
Yeah, one of our patrons suggested this idea for us, and we loved it. And Emily, if that was your idea, thank you so much.
Oh, my God. Wait, that's so great. Emily gets to see it happen live.
All right, but before that, as always, we've got Snap, Crackle, Pop Culture News. Today, we have a Today in Taylor Swift. It's not very extensive, but she was spotted with Travis in Philly. And there are 2 pictures of her in some random store that has bowls.
Bowls.
I'm happy about this because I'm happy because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of rumors that they broke up online. And I'm just happy that we have a picture of them and we know for sure that they're not broken up.
We just need a little gentle reminder.
Just a gentle reminder.
I had total faith that they were still together.
Me too, but it's nice to have the confirmation that they're shopping for bowls.
Paparazzi photo.
It's so crazy how we went from seeing Taylor like every single week to nothing.
Yeah,
for like 4 months.
When she's on tour, we see so much of her, and like it's such a bummer that the first 8 months of her being on tour, we kind of, at least Natasha and I, avoiding spoilers. Any of the Taylor Swift content that was constantly coming out.
Forgot about that era.
Yeah, but all of 2024 was like Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, because she's out and about. She's touring, and now she's taking a break. She's off.
Now she's literally on vacay.
Yeah.
I love it for her, though. She's so well deserved, and I'm glad she's with her man. Travis just keeps looking better. The girlfriend effect is working on him.
The haircut is looking good. It's like an old money.
Yeah,
like,
scrumdiddlyumptious.
It's
layered.
so long. I'm not a huge fan.
I like
Oh my
it.
God, you know, Natasha and I are like, yes, the longer the better, please. It's something to grab onto, Christine, please.
Well, no, it just
You
doesn't
like
have
the
to be-
floof. That's
it's
long.
like slicked back a little bit in a way that I just wouldn't choose for
He
him.
needs like a little bit. He needs like a little sea salt spray, some texture, like crunch it up a bit. Like it's giving
It's
very
the way it's
70s
styled.
brush.
Natasha needs to get in there.
Yeah,
Like, really
get
style
Natasha
him.
in there.
Yeah.
I miss Taylor. Like, I'm so happy that she gets a break, but I just miss seeing her all the time. It was
Me
like
too.
my friend was hanging out all the time, and now it's like, where'd she go? She's with her boyfriend all the time.
I have her next to me constantly.
I do too. I have one of those from Chloe right behind me on
They should have rep one.
the reputation candle.
I'm so ready for that. Oh my God. I'm like frothing at the mouth for it.
Are you ready for it?
I think we all are. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Next, Natasha, what have you got for us?
Oh boy, I've got this long. Okay, I've got some Dramini tea in the publishing world. All right.
I'm so ready.
Oh, I saw this tea.
Yeah. This is kind of upsetting in a sense. So we have a push for a bunch of Dramini fics that are now being traditionally published. And last week, the publishers actually put out 2 like informational graphics about these books. So it was one for Rose and Chains by Julie Soto, and then the other one was The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, which is Draco Malfoy and the mortifying ordeal of falling in love. But apparently that one has been rewritten so much that it doesn't really resemble the original fic, but like they're still using the resemblance of the characters.
I'm sure it's still very similar in like the attitudes of everybody. It's just like they're rewriting it to make
I hope
everything
so.
different around them.
That's my favorite fic probably of
Mine
all
too.
time. So my expectations for it are maybe a little high. So we need to quell them a tiny bit. I just like am so excited to be able to like have the book.
Yes. So like I've always supported like fanfic authors and being able to kind of like reclaim or like rewrite these stories and make it, for themselves, because they get so popular. It's like, yes, like please, I wouldn't want you to have that success translated into like a traditionally published novel. However, the publishers have put out a graphic that were made to give early information to booksellers and librarians to sell the book to readers, and they connected Hermione.
Well, it just says Hermione in big letters across the top.
Yes, it does.
And that's IP, and it's kind of erasing all the stuff that they've done to rebrand it away from that.
Yes.
Automatically.
So like this is like marketing materials to be like, look how big Hermione is, and look how much, like how many readers are talking about it online, and how many books you should be buying. And like I totally understand that point of view, but that is so wrong because of the copyright
I was about
issues.
to say, are they not going to get in trouble? For
They could get in trouble.
This is grounds for big
I
trouble.
think there's a way to do that that's not as glaringly obvious. It'd be like, this is adapted
they literally
from...
explain what Hermione is to people who don't know what Hermione
I don't think
is.
they need to do that.
I don't think they did either. They obviously didn't even need to say Hermione. Like
they could have just said, this is like such a popular story online. Here are all the stats. We're converting it to make it a book.
Exactly.
Like this has been done before now several times. Like first with E.L. James and
Kylo,
Fifty Shades, and Raylo had that big push in.
I just read a Raylo book. So
yeah, the people who care know.
Yeah. The people who care know, and the people who care will be the ones to push these books, okay? But yeah, this has potential copyright for IP. The publisher, the author, and WB could all sue. It is their duty to not let other works weaken the IP. And like, I don't care about her or anything like that, but it is their duty to not let it weaken. And it's just what it does.
But there's a lot of new things happening with that IP right now.
Yes.
So that's another thing to think about.
And it's sad because like fanfic, at least for me, and I know a lot of other people, it is like the one last like safe place that we can enjoy HP without supporting her. And in fact, like I even read it in spite of her because
Go off. Because I guess in a way it does hurt her, right? Just like this would. So
so this is now creating like a direct link between the author and these new novels. The fanfic space could be in jeopardy. And I think some of you all might not know, but back in the day when Anne Rice was really popular and like fan fiction was new, like on the websites and stuff, people used to be afraid because Anne Rice actually went after fanfic writers and had them take their fics down and would actually like even cyberbully these authors. But yeah,
That's
and
awful.
Potentially sue them.
I mean, honestly, it's probably different back then because you probably don't understand it the same way because there's not the same websites. It's not as widely known about. So it just feels like people are trying to steal your book and write it themselves.
Yeah. But even now, like since that point, and she passed away in 2021, but back in the day, like people used to put like huge disclaimers on fic. Like, I don't own these characters. I don't own this world. Like Stephanie Meyer or blah, 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 all own these characters. And I feel like it's just gotten so watered down, even to the point of now people selling copies of bound fics, which is illegal because you're making profit off of someone else's IP. Doesn't matter who it is.
Aren't the people selling the bound fics also like usually outside readers who made the bound versions?
Yeah, there's literally
So
though
it's
like
not even going to the writer of the
it's not
fic?
even going to the writer, but it doesn't matter because it's there. Someone is still profiting off of the IP.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like you're kind of wronging lots of
Multiple people, yeah.
Yeah. So it's all this is just kind of scary. I just don't want my like safe place to be in jeopardy. And I hope that they change that or take it down or that they learn from this, because there could be a big lawsuit.
Yeah, it feels like someone who likes Hermione a lot, maybe who's younger, like got really excited and helped put together the thing.
I mean, those decks will go through multiple channels.
I don't understand how it could get so approved. It literally says their name on it. Also, what else? Oh, Fallout Season 2 just wrapped filming, which is exciting. We loved Season 1. We did a whole episode about Fallout, if you missed it, with Natasha's brother Alex. It was a really fun one last year. And it's on Amazon Prime, and it's based off of a video game that a lot of people love. And it's really good. So check it out if you haven't. And what else? Do you have anything, Chloe, that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm actually excited to talk about this. So I'm going to Romance Con, obviously, with Natasha and Christine, which is fabulous and wonderful.
Yeah, September 5th and 6th.
Yes, September 5th and 6th. That's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Super fun. It was amazing last year. But I also, with the same company, Mischief Management, I will also be going to Enchanticon, which is August 15th through 17th, as an invited guest, an influencer. I'm going to be doing a Lord of the Rings panel, also a Taylor Swift fandom panel, which I just found out about. So I'm so excited. I'll be there. I'll be cosplaying. It should be a lot of fun. So it's August 15th through 17th in St. Louis, Missouri. And you can use my code Chloe15 for 15% off. I'm so excited. A couple people have already messaged me that they're coming, so there will be people there if you're scared of going alone. But I'm so ready. I'm just excited to live in the fantasy worlds. This is like a spin-off from LeakyCon, for whoever knows about LeakyCon, and it's no longer like centered on Harry Potter and just on fantasy in general. So like D&D, Lord of the Rings, Percy Jackson, fantasy fangirls are going to be there. So it should be a lot of fun, and I can't wait.
That's so exciting. We also have a code for Romance Con, which is Fangirl, and you get 15% off your tickets. So so Chloe 15 for Enchanticon, and then Fangirl for Romance Con in September.
Yay!
And we're all very excited.
Yeah. In other news, I have a new book coming out this year. I don't know if you heard over the past 2 weeks, but it is called 30, Flirty, and Forever Alone. And it comes out November 11th, 2025. It is an adult rom-com with a splash of magique. And it's the cover dropped a couple of weeks ago. It's available for pre-order now, and it is about a young woman named Ricky who is turning 30, and her goal's always been to be with her person by the time she turns 30. And she's 6 months out from her birthday, and she has 2 weddings the weekend of her birthday. And she's like, fuck it, I'm replying that I'm bringing a +1 to both of these weddings. And then the weddings come along, and she's been like hardcore dating for 6 months, and she has no one to bring still. She's like, fuck my life. Dating fucking sucks. I hate everything. And at one of these weddings, she runs into somebody that is possibly a prospect, but it's like very suspicious, because what do you mean? There's no single 30-something prospects at weddings. You kind of roll from there. It's a fun time, and I'm really excited for y'all to read it. And yeah, pre-ordering is really important to authors. So if you are at all interested in the book or in supporting my career at all, it'd be really, really helpful if you pre-order 30, Flirty, and Forever Alone. The link is in the show notes. And if you want to just if you like ebooks, It's really cheap for Kindle because it's being published by Montlake, which is an imprint owned by Amazon. So that is very affordable. It'll be free on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can pre-save it. And if you want a paperback hard copy, you can pre-order a hard copy. Very exciting.
Done both of those.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I've also pre-ordered. I'm like debating on getting a Kindle, so I'll keep you updated on that situation. But I was actually talking to Aiden about your book because I'm doing like this very long book vlog for Christine because I didn't read it in enough time to send thoughts for copy edits. But I was just telling Aiden like how nice it is to have like the splash of magic, because for me, I don't want an intense like magic system all the time. I just want something that like feels a little whimsical. And like that's what it is.
Same.
And I agree that 2000s rom-com like definitely has those vibes for sure.
Yeah, Amy says Christine's new book sounds like it's giving early 2000s rom-com, and I'm here for it. It is. And I really love
Totally is.
Jenny says I rewatched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days because of the cover reveal. Yeah. So when
my
they
God,
sent
love.
me the cover with her wearing that dress, I was just like, I got the chills. I was like, oh my God, that dress is amazing. And it really like is giving Andy from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Anderson?
Yes. Except like the one on the 30 Flirty is like covered in sequins. It's like very sparkly.
A very sparkly dress instead of like
Yes.
the yellow satin.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like Crazy Ex meets 27 Dresses.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Ooh.
That's the vibe.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Yes,
Sorry.
Yeah.
No one knows
If you
the whole
didn't,
title.
if you missed Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, it was so funny and so like self-aware and a lot about growth and mental health too, woven in there. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And I just want to also say, if you have read any of my books, Attached at the Hip is out now. It's my survivor rom-com. And if you've read it and enjoyed it, it's super helpful to review it on whatever platform you got it from. So if you enjoyed any of my books, if you could take a second to review it, that would be amazing. And if you've already done that, thank you so much. That's what helps other readers find books. Like the algorithm will push stuff that has more reviews. And if you don't want to write a whole review, you could just write like a little sentence just with a thought, or you can like just do the little stars. Unless you hated it, then you can just avoid. Hopefully you didn't.
I hope no one hated it. It
I
is not a
hope no
book
one
that cannot
hated it.
that
I was about
can
to
be
say,
hated.
like,
I know
there's-
it would be weird to hate it.
it's so cozy and wholesome and funny.
But yeah, I put out a video for Attached to the Hip last week, and it's gotten a lot of nice response from the survivor community, so that's been really nice.
Oh, yay.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Is it the one that posted twice?
Yeah.
Go off.
More on Instagram is where
Okay.
Okay, last little thing. I launched my website a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
Huzzah!
Huzzah! I have lots of information actually on that site, but more importantly, I have my workshops and my sewing classes up there. So the first one is a basic like 101 intro into sewing. We're going to take out your sewing machine. We're going to learn about it. We're going to sew something together. So that's the first class, and it's going to be $35. If you're a Patreon member, you get $10 off. So make sure to check your emails. And then there's a corsetry class, which is like kind of like a step up, because like I started with corsets. Like my second dress was a corset, and it's kind of like easy, I think, to do. I don't know. I would love to see Christine try to this and tell me if it's easy or not. I know Chloe kind of has it like in the bag.
If you see me try it, it is going to be chaos.
But that would be fun.
We should do a video one time where I like walk Christine through making something.
Yeah,
I think
if
that
you
would
were
be
here
really
to
funny.
watch, I think it would be funnier.
But if you think you're capable enough, you can take the corsetry class, which if you buy both at once, you get $10 off with class 10 off. If you're a patron member, you can stack both of your coupon codes to get $20 off
Whoa.
of my classes. But I also have information on the website if you're interested in commissions, mostly wedding commissions, if you want a wedding dress from me. And then I also have one-on-one coaching. So that could be like if you need help with a sewing project, if you need social media help, all that stuff is on my website, natashapolis.com, which will be linked in the show notes.
Nice. Woo! All right. We are going to move on into what right now. And we're going to try to maybe keep it a little bit more succinct today so that we can get to our main discussion in timely manner. Because I got a hard out today.
Hard out.
But yeah, okay, let's start. What have y'all been reading right now?
Okay, I started Dark Lover, which is the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, the first book by J.R. Ward. It is becoming a series on Passion Flicks. I told Christine about this. She's like, is that like Netflix for sex?
Okay, but then she told me the title, and I don't know if y'all were here back in 2016 when I interviewed Sarah J. Maas, but I asked her, like, what books she recommends reading right now, or, like, what her favorite romance series is right now. And she said, have you read The Black Dagger Brotherhood by J.R. Ward?
No way.
Like, amazing, and it's so sexy. And I was like, no. And then Natasha mentioned this name, and I was like, hold up.
Just threw you back to that point.
Yeah.
This book came out, I think, in, like, 03, 05, something like that. I have lots of friends who have read it, and I actually bought it and tried to read it, I think probably in like 2017. But I'm very much into it right now. I am reading it. I had it on Audible, so I started listening to it, but then I just started reading it with my eyes. But I got hired to promote it. And the new show, and I'm like, okay, this is my time. I should just read it. So I'm excited. And the series comes out like in June, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool. Watch party.
I reread The Happy Place. And
So good.
I also finished rereading People We Meet on Vacation. And I have been reading Out of Air by Rachel Rice for the past day. It's a thriller. It's a YA thriller about a group of friends who scuba dives, and they find treasure like down off of Australia. And they find this like hidden cavern, and it's really it's giving kind of Annihilation a little bit. I don't know if anyone saw that. That movie creeped me out. It's not like extreme. But there's like moments.
The one with Natalie Portman, you mean, right?
I'm talking about the one with Jane the Virgin. Is Natalie Portman also in that? Because I'm thinking of the one with Jane the Virgin. What's her name?
Like,
Gina Rodriguez.
Gina Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It has like some moments that feel like Annihilation-y, but there's treasure in this cavern, and it's really hard to get in and out of. So it's like you're putting strain on the air when you're scuba diving, and it's just it has been a thriller.
Stressful.
Like, I have just had it on 24/7. I have an hour left.
But it's good. Like, you're into it.
It's like I'm into it. I need to know what's going on, and I'm learning a lot about scuba diving, which is something that I have no desire to do myself, which is really cool. And I am actually moderating for this author. She's another Wednesday Books author, and she has an event on Friday when this comes out at Annabelle's Book Club. So I'm doing the Q&A with her.
Maybe it'll be my first thriller. I love scuba diving, but
you do?
I'm a little scared of like because I'm assuming like the fear is that they'll run out of air. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Well,
Stress me out.
there's a big part like that,
Yeah.
but then it kind of evolves, and it's less about that and more about some like weird shit that they find.
Okay. I like the treasure hunting water aspect. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's really different from anything that I've read, so I'm enjoying it. But I'm about to finish that, so I've been really rocking the audiobook game. And yeah, Chloe, what have you been reading?
I'm like so close to finishing Love Hypothesis, which is amazing. It's the Kyla, I guess, fanfic book. Raylo, sorry. Raylo fanfic, which is great because I'm picturing Adam Driver as the lead. And it's like,
Yes.
my God, that's amazing. And me with a different color hair, because I'm sorry, but like if the main character is white, it's going to be me with a different color hair. Like,
wow. I never do that.
Really? Do you do that, Christine?
Oh yeah, I do that.
Yeah, it's just me with a different fucking color hair. Yeah, every time.
It depends. It depends
know
if like unless I feel like I don't relate to the character that much.
That's true. If I don't like her, yeah, she's me in this. And then I finished Lila Sage's Rebel Blue Ranch series, which, if you're up on my socials, it's the like cowboy smut series that I cry over. And I told Tosh, I was like, I'm not going to cry over this one. I'm not as into the couple. It's fine. And then I texted her and I was like, no, I cried.
You're like full bawling
over this couple. And it's like, I love these books. I love how they're connected. I'm a slut for that when any romance author does it. So, and then I'm obviously reading 30, Flirty, and Forever Alone, which I'm loving so far. And everyone should pre-order it. And I don't know, it's just like, it's so, I know that Tosh probably feels this way too, but it's so surreal to read like your friends' stories and just like see you and all of it, and also just be like so immensely proud of you as I'm like consuming something. Just be like, oh my God, like this is my friend and I love her, and like I get to, yeah, it's a privilege. So that's what I'm reading.
Good job with no spoilers.
Thank you.
A plus.
I feel like I can't say anything because I'll fuck it up.
You can.
So
It's just
did a
safer
really
that
good job
way.
saying nothing.
Don't. Yeah. You
wait,
can
I
say
did the
how
little
much-
magic thing with Aiden, but that wasn't a spoiler.
No, you did fine. Yeah.
I got a little nervous. I was like, ooh.
But you did a good job saying nothing.
Yeah.
All right. What did you watch this week, Natasha?
I've been rewatching Handmaid's Tale with Alex because of the last season coming out, and it's still so good. And I watched the newest episode of The Last of Us, which is so fucking good. I love it so much. Okay.
Nice.
I like that
watched
face.
Hacks, which I'm loving, and cried at this week's episode. It was really nice. Actually, I just realized that there's 2 episodes from last week, so I'm behind one episode. I can't wait to watch it on a break today. But it's just one of those shows that really, when it's heartwarming, it's so beautiful, and it always has like heartwarmingness, but you know, there's obviously conflict too, and I just love the relationship between these two
The
women.
conflict makes the heartwarming stuff way better.
Yeah, they have to have the conflict. So when like the heartwarming stuff really comes in, and it's so funny, the writing is excellent. So, as always, enjoying it very, very much. Chloe, have you watched anything, or should we go to movies?
We can go to movies. Chloe is not watching TV. In shocking twist of events. Yeah.
What have you been watching?
Yeah, what have you been watching?
Movies.
So I've been like wanting so badly to like have light fantasy in my life recently, just like stuff that like feels a little whimsical and like isn't gonna make me sad or like scared. So I rewatched Ella Enchanted because
Nice.
I went to the Ren Fair with one of our friends, Danielle, and she dressed up as Ella Enchanted, and I was like,
Yes,
damn.
it was so good.
It was so good. And I was like, damn, I need to rewatch so bad. Rewatched it, and I'm like, this is so camp, and it's so good, and it's just like...
It's
ugh.
aware of the camp.
Yeah, it is aware of the camp, and I love it. And then I rewatched Shrek, like all of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just rewatched Ella Enchanted too, like a few months ago, and it was so fun.
It'd be so cute. I love it. We could do Ella and her 2 sisters. Like Christine and I could be
hate
the
her
2 sisters.
sisters.
I know, but like,
annoying.
but like, it'd be cute.
Another idea. For movies, Alex and I rewatched one of our like movies that we watched with our mom on Mother's Day, and it's called G.I. Jane with Demi Moore.
Oh yeah,
And
she shaved her head infamously.
Yes, and Viggo Mortensen, and
love
honestly,
him.
oh my God, he's so fucking
so
hot in
fine.
this movie. Dude,
I want him to spit in my mouth. What? Who said that?
no, he's so hot in this. So it's. I think it still holds up. I think a little like some things are not what we probably would pass nowadays. But like, it's about a woman who goes into the Navy SEALs, and there still hasn't been an official woman in the Navy SEALs. to this day. So,
That's crazy.
but fucking Demi Moore was a beast in that movie. I loved it. It was really
Nice.
fun to kind of rewatch it from like being a child now to being adult.
Yeah, your perspective changes so much. That's cool. I never saw that movie. I just like knew
me
of
neither.
it because of her head.
It's
being
on
shaved
Paramount
was
Plus.
on every single fucking magazine. But it's on Paramount Plus. Okay, good. I watched Another Simple Favor with Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. I went to Cynthia's house on Friday and we watched it together. And I don't know if y'all remember Another Simple Favor, but I was really excited at the time. Paul Feige has made a lot of funny movies that I really enjoy, like Bridesmaids. And I liked it until like the third act, and things got he was just like twist, like it became a parody of itself with the twists, and it was already kind of parodying the twist in one of these movies like The Girl on the Train and stuff, and it just kept going and going to the point where I was like, I can't even buy into this, like this is ridiculous. So I went into Another Simple Favor like just very much knowing that like it's probably going to be ridiculous, and it kind of was, but it was more followable than the first movie, so I felt like it was more plausible even though it's still ridiculous. I was like, okay, I kind of as a whole like it better. Anna Kendrick holds the whole movie on her back. She is so funny and has such great comedic timing. Like her back and forth with everyone are so fun. Blake starts off as a parody of herself, basically. I was like, is she acting? Is she just, it was so over the top. I was like, her acting is just not coming off well for me, right? And then about halfway through the film, she kind of morphs because there's like someone more parody of themselves on there. Like there's just that bigger character. And so then she becomes more of like the straight man. You know, she's like less of like this parody character. So it was interesting. I enjoyed myself watching it because of Anna Kendrick. Like I laughed a lot at her lines and like the stuff she said. And everything else was like, what is happening? Like Henry Golding in it. I'm just like, what is going on with his character? He's just
I feel like I need to watch it
so
I can see the
weird and
train wreck.
wild.
Anna Kendrick is always so funny. Like any movie she's in,
great.
though, she like makes it so much better.
She's great. Yeah, I just like she has just so many little things she does and says that made me laugh.
Amy says
go ahead, read it.
Amy said I felt like they were trying to make the second one more comedy, where the first one was kind of creepy.
I think the first one was supposed to be a comedy too. I think it was supposed to be a satire. I think it was the era of like Girl on the Train and The Gone Girl and all of those similar titles that like Kristen Bell had that series that tried to do the same thing. That was like The Girl in the Window Across the Street. Yeah. Like it was like that vibe, but it felt a little bit more grounded because they had to ground the story. But like by the end, it was like, "Pachoo! Up in the sky. What the fuck's going on?" But yeah, I would recommend it for like a fun night of like just watching something for shits and giggles. If you want like, you know, something you can sit back and be like, lol, that was dumb.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to roll into our main discussion. But before we do, we want to take a second and thank everybody out there listening. Thank you for being a part of our Those Four King Fangirls family. We love yous. And if you're not already, we'd really appreciate it if you followed us for free in your favorite podcast listening app so you get notified when we have new episodes and you never miss an episode. And if you like watching the episode instead of listening, we're on YouTube, youtube.com/@those4kingfangirls. You can subscribe there for free so you never miss an episode there. And we would love that. And every episode is visual, so you can see them all if you enjoy watching our faces as we speak to you. As Chloe makes the Jenna Marbles face.
Oh my God, true. That's totally who it is.
Yes. And if you want to support the show further, we have a Patreon, which is why we can do the show in general. And it is patreon.com/ those 4 King fangirls. There's a link in the show notes. And we love our community there so much. We have a lot of fun perks. Our biggest being Fangirl Tea Time every single week, which is basically like story time. And we have so much fun over there. And it's $5 a month for that tier, Team Jacob. You get the show ad-free. You get tea time attached to your show. You don't have to do anything. It's there. It keeps going. And you also get to come to our recordings. And you can be a part of the conversation. So anytime we're reading, like this person says, like they're here with us recording. It's super fun. So... super fun. It is, though. Like, I didn't mean that to sound sarcastic.
It sounded more like you were a caller at like a square dance. You're like, super fun.
And we really appreciate your support there, because there just are a lot of expenses that go into putting out a podcast, and all your support goes towards that. And we are very, very grateful. So if you want to join that community, links in the show notes. There is a 7-day free trial. So you can try out Team Jacob for 7 days if you have commitment issues. So you can figure out how it goes over there. And if you want to commit annually after that, you get a 16% discount. So if you subscribe for the year instead of month to month. But we're grateful for any assistance over there, any subscribing. Thank you. We appreciate it. All right. If you are a patron, we're rolling right into the main discussion. If not, we will be back right after these messages. All right, we are back. And we are diving into our main discussion. We're going to be rewriting the Disney stories of our youths, as imagining how we would deal with these situations. Because sometimes the things that happen are fucking stupid, and we could have done it better. All right, so we're starting off with a classic. Miss Beauty and the Beast. All right. So picture this, right? You're 15 and you traded yourself in place of your dad. All right. The dad's supposed to trade himself for you to be a prisoner in this beast's abandoned castle in the woods in old-timey France. And there's lots of books in here, but you live with this beast and he kidnapped your father. And then you. And whenever you try to wander around his castle, he's like, fuck you, stop it. And he roars and shit. Stay in your room. All right. And you're like, this sucks. But then one day he's like, so I was thinking that you could come to dinner with me and we could have like a little ball. What do you say? What do you do? What are your feelings on this?
I feel like the whole trading your dad thing, I just wouldn't trade.
Me too. I was thinking that. I'm sorry. As someone with severe daddy issues,
none of us would. Like, this doesn't feel like it should be our responsibility.
So
like,
here's the thing.
Please, somebody help.
If I know that I have access to that gorgeous library pre-trade, then yeah, maybe. Because what the fuck am I going to do in that little ass town? Mary Gaston?
They have like 3 books and she just rereads
3 books, exactly. Yeah. But now you have access to thousands of books. Mm-hmm. I'd rather be there, beast or not. Also, I like big hairy men. So I think that
when
wouldn't
he came to you, you'd say, yes, I'll go on this.
Can I be so
ball.
for real? I'd like leave my dad in the dungeon. If we're like being so honest.
Be like, he can stay in the dungeon.
Yeah, but can I have access to the library?
Room.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to live here and visit him once in a while. I'll be his keeper.
Let's make our dad the servant, and he can clean up the mansion. So put him to work.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And then I can read and ice skate. There's an ice skating rink. Do we know? Let's not forget the ice skating.
You're erasing what the question was, though.
Oh, sorry.
What will you say to the beast after he's yelling at you and kidnapped your dad? Are you going to say thanks when he invites you to this ball?
I'm going to be like, can I get a really pretty dress custom made for me?
Exactly.
Wow.
And if the answer
So
is
you will be
yes, then I will be there. Oh, absolutely. That is absolutely how you get me places.
Yeah.
Pretty sparkly pink things, you should come.
I just think my life would be, I mean, it might be a little scary at that point, and I think my nervous system might be on edge, but at least I wouldn't have to be working in a field, right? Or I wouldn't have to be wearing rags all the time, or like
She's
one
not wearing
dress.
rags.
She has one dress.
That's not rags. She
Okay.
lives in this 14th century France.
She probably has maybe 3 dresses, and then they get washed like once a week. So she's probably a little stink. And I think the castle life is probably a little cushy.
True. Christine, what are you doing? Are you going to the ball?
Mad at us.
What I'm going to do
We're frivolous.
is agree, but with a plan to burn down his house.
Why?
Wow, but you get to live in the castle.
And what about the books?
Why aren't you in this situation, like
I'm going
putting him in the dungeon?
to murder him.
Why?
Why
I
don't
hate
you
him.
murder him differently so you can still live in the castle?
Okay, well, maybe I will agree to dinner, but like go outside and like find herbs to poison him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. You poison
then-
him and then you live in the castle.
Because I also have learned by living in the castle that everything talks and they're all under a stupid curse because of him being stupid.
That's
Okay.
true.
Really like what Katie says here. Maybe Belle had political ambitions and wanted the power that comes with the station.
I like that.
She goes, oop, not burning all the furniture. People
Alive, literally.
I forgot about them for a second.
I like what Trinity said. I will be spilling all the tea with Miss Potts. Absolutely. Lumiere, too. He's so
freaked out,
fun.
But Lumiere could help me set things on fire.
Oh my God.
Lumiere
no.
and I would kiki in French. It would be so great.
I think I would be scared at first, but then all these people are trying, or, objects are trying to make me feel better, and I would feel more at ease and more comfortable
Yeah,
as
they
the
would
time
help
goes
me
on.
murder him.
Okay. I think I would be so bored with my life that I would be like, yes, let's have a ball. And then,
It's just you and him.
yes, sexual attraction.
I would, after I murder him, crown myself and then
Yes,
invite
yes.
another man to a bunch of men to have my own ball.
A bunch.
To find a husband.
Oh my God, are you going to be like Bachelorette
Yes.
Queen? I love this idea. Oh my God. I think you should go on The Bachelorette in general. Like, I would
think that
love
be so
to watch
stressful,
that.
But like if I was in 14th century France, I
You
feel like
would
this is
do
the
it.
way they do it if they're a queen.
Honestly, yeah, kind of. Usually, though, they have to marry someone like for another kingdom.
Yeah, but no one's above me to care.
That's true. That's true. You've got no one telling you what to do. Except Lumiere and Cogsworth.
Yeah, but they work for me, don't they? And I freed
They're
them from
both
their
like really
immortal
sassy, though.
bonds.
They've got a lot of opinions.
All right. So you decide you kind of like the beast finally after
Oh, yeah.
you have your.
But you
both
just
like
killed
already.
him.
No, I already murdered him.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys-
So, us.
I knew you guys were gonna like him. I already knew.
Sexual attraction.
So you guys kind of like him, right? And you're like, he's hot. I see this going places. He asks you to marry him, and you're like, yes. And then he just like disappears into the closet and comes out as a man. How do you feel now that he's just a blonde man? Are we still going forward with the marriage?
Well, we're already married. Oh, are we?
You haven't gotten married.
We haven't
yet.
gotten married yet.
Wait, but have all the people come in and tried to kill him?
We're erasing that part. He's just a
Oh.
man. After he asks you to marry him, you agree, and then he comes out and he's not a beast anymore. And you're like, wait, I agreed to marry that beast.
Is he blonde? I would call him
Yeah.
like a ginger.
He's like, yeah, he's more ginger.
He looks pretty blonde to me. He's
I
shiny.
honestly,
if he's a ginger, yes. If he's blonde, no. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I feel like, who are you, strange man?
It's a strawberry blonde, perhaps, is what Katie said.
is a strawberry
It totally is a strawberry blonde. I do think I'm going to continue to marry him because, again, castle, unlimited wardrobe, king. He like still's got gorgeous, luscious locks. Do I wish that he stays as big and as hairy as he was as the Beast? Maybe, but I'm not giving up the life of luxury just because he's now a human.
Yeah. I think if I didn't know what the future held for French aristocrats, you just said 14th century?
Mm-hmm. That's what it said when I read the synopsis.
Is it really?
No.
I was about to say it's way later, isn't it? 17?
It's the 1700s.
I feel like I read 14th century France last night, but
That's
That would be
14th
like
century
medieval.
Snow White, no?
oh, unless I'm
Medieval
confusing the
times.
two, because I read both synopsises.
Yeah, this is...
I think Snow White is Germany in the 1300s, 14th century, and then Snow White is a little later.
Whatever, it doesn't really matter about your wedding
Based on the outfits.
decision.
Okay, here's the thing. Because I know what happens to French aristocrats and I don't really want to be beheaded, I probably wouldn't go through with the marriage. But as a child, I didn't really care for the Beast, and I always... Adam, I think that's his name. I always thought he was really fucking hot. So, like, I would probably tell him, I'm like, yes, I love you, blah, blah, blah. Have one night of passion, and then get out of Dodge.
Okay, interesting. Chloe
like-
says she wants to be a beast, so she wants the
Wait, no.
Enchantress
So
to beast
Trinity
her up.
said maybe it would be a Shrek situation where you can turn beast
Yeah.
or he can turn human. And I'm like, what if we're both beasts?
Yeah, well,
and
that
we're
was
both
the Shrek
scary.
satire of it all. Like, they
Yeah.
switched it around, yeah.
Which I like live for. I'm like also wondering if me being into the beast is like a little like furry adjacent. That's what I was thinking of before I put this in. But I think I would just stay in the castle and read until my heart's desire. Maybe be a beast. Then we can both be scary and no one's fucking bothering us. Especially if we're in love. Like if we're in love and we have like all our friends who are now humans again, but we're both beasts. Sounds pretty legit.
Natasha, you can have one night of passion and then like go write a book about it and become famous.
Yeah.
Love.
That's
So
a good
you're the
idea.
author of Beauty and the Beast. It's just
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
different.
Well, and like I'd probably leave my father there to rot, but probably like Cogsworth and Mrs. Potts would like send me off with some jewels and things and be like, go save
Start up
yourself.
money.
Yeah, start new. And I would go and live by myself.
Katie says, IDK, I'm vibing with the oven in that one
The
scene.
oven is kind of hot. I agree. Did you guys ever watch
Ovens
that
are by
short?
nature hot.
True, they're literally hot.
All right, we're going to move on to our next story. The Little Mermaid. All right, so you're 16, and the Sea Witch says you could trade a physical part of yourself for 3 days to get legs, to go after this prince that
laid.
you're lusting after. What are you going to trade to have legs to go after the prince?
I'm not.
You're not going to trade. You have to trade something. You're in love with him.
No, I want to be a mermaid. I don't get it. I don't get
You
her.
have to trade something.
Oh, okay. It would be my voice, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I have a really pretty singing voice. I don't know.
I would give her 2 fingers.
Oh,
Oh, maybe a toe. Do I need those?
you're getting legs. I don't think you can really trade anything below the waist.
that's
Have toes to trade.
What if I say that I'll be a human with one less toe?
You can't do that. You have to give her something.
Is it like legitimately a body part, or
Yes,
is it
a
like
body
something?
part. Like, because you could argue that she traded her vocal cords.
Shit.
You could shave your head.
What about my sense of smell? Do I need that?
Well, would you?
Your olfactory?
Well, I feel like you don't need that, but you would probably not be functioning the same way that
I
you
would
think
trade
yourself.
in my breast implants. I would give the plastic away and I would just be flat and then
Okay, I feel like that's a fair trade.
thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want her to trade. Oh boy. Christine took the high route and said 2 fingers.
Yeah, why couldn't you trade one? Why did you have to trade
I
two?
don't think one's enough. I don't think she'd say that's enough. You have 2 legs.
Oh, 2 fingers for 2 legs. Which fingers?
Probably these 2. The pinky and
So
the
you can
ring
still
finger.
Shaka?
So, the pinky would be gone. So I would still have the 3 like main ones right here that you can make a claw with. Katie said, "Trade my frontal lobe so I can make stupid choices with Prince Eric."
I don't want to trade my hair. I don't want to trade my eyesight. I don't want to trade my voice, and I don't want to trade my hearing.
Okay, what if you traded
Your smell.
your elbows so you can't bend your arms?
No.
So you'd have to like hug him like what? Like that?
He'd be like a toy soldier.
Oh no.
What about a little bit of your ear?
Yeah. What about my
One
earlobe?
Earlobe.
I think you have to take off one ear.
Okay, Van Gogh style, but you can cover
go
it
one
with
ear.
You can cover it with your hair.
Yeah.
See, now I have one ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do one ear, one less hearing.
Yeah. We'll do one ear.
One less hearing.
Okay. So you're on land, okay? And you've got one less ear, but you've got 2 legs now. And you see the prince, and he is playing with his dog in the park. How are you going to woo him now that you're here? What do you do?
I'm gonna be so allergic.
See, now I can use my voice.
Yeah,
Then he'll
that's
be
true.
like, "Why are you singing?"
Nah, he was really into that. He like loved he loved singing.
Because have I already saved him off the ship and like sang to him to make? Because she used the siren call to sing him awake.
Okay, we're just thinking of this though as like you want to make him fall in love with you, and this singing is stupid because you don't fall in love with anyone just looking at them sing.
I think that
We need a conversational approach here to get him to love you. What are you gonna go in with?
I mean, if he's with his dog, I'm going to be like, oh my God, your dog is so cute. Like, can I
Go
play
for
with
the
your
dog
dog?
angle.
Yeah, dog angle. Always, girly pops, you see a cute man with a dog angle, okay? And I'm going to like, cuddle with the dog. I'll play like fetch with the dog. I'll be like, oh my God, the dog's obviously going to love me because why wouldn't it? And then I'm going to be really allergic and like break out in hives and
he's gonna have to
sneeze,
help you.
and he's going to have to help me. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Oh.
I'm going to tell him I'm actually a professional dog trainer and I can train his dog to do lots of cool things. And he should hire me at the castle.
Is that true? Or are you just going to wing it?
I know stuff from
Okay, for Bellamy.
Bellamy. I know enough to get by.
Okay, I would let this be like that first meet cute type of thing because in my mind, I know I'm going to approach the queen first and be like, I'm your new dressmaker. Like, you need to hire a new dressmaker
Okay.
or a new like suit maker.
Brilliant.
So like, he's not gonna know who I am, but then we're gonna be in close proximity for a long time. So like,
Wardrobe.
yeah. So
But you
I'll
only
probably-
have 3 days before we change back. So we have to
She
get in
can
there
do
quick.
a dress in less time.
You can do it. Yeah. We just-
the
we
whole
gotta get
point
in there quick.
is about being close with him the whole time.
Well, yeah. We just have to like get him to love us in 3 days.
Yeah. So we're gonna do like a little meet. You know what? What's gonna happen? The dog is gonna like run towards me because I'm gonna have a little like bait or something, and he's gonna like trip me, and I'm gonna fall, and then he's gonna feel really bad that his dog did that to me, and like kind of help me. Oh my gosh, my wrist, it hurts! Ow! And then take me to the castle to get worked on, and then a couple hours later, his mother introduces me as like the new seamstress for the castle.
Oh,
Okay.
I love this. I love this. I would eat that shit up.
So basically, first you go to his mom and you like organize this, and then you go back down to the beach where he is, and you're like, ow, ow, and then all the connections happen. All right. Now you're on day 3, and you know that like time's running out, it's time to kiss. Do we just go up and kiss him? Like, what is the strategy? Because it always pisses me off that they're literally in the fucking boat about to kiss and she just doesn't go for it. Like, you just need that, and then you are forever human. Bitch, this is stupid.
Is it true love's kiss or is it just a kiss?
I think it's just a kiss.
But like, oh, is it?
Wait. I think they just have to kiss.
Yeah, well, I think they're already true loves.
No, it's true. It is a true love's kiss because they're true loves. I don't think that's specified in Ursula's document in her contract, but I do think I would just go for it. I've made the move on so many men.
It annoys me so much. Just go kiss him.
Every good relationship I've ever had, I make said move. So,
okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're getting ready for that ball or a ball coming up, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm dressing him, and you got to do a little hand sewing. Okay, and I'm getting really close, and we're like talking and getting to know each other more as he's already taken me out, to see the town, because I'm new here, and we're talking, and I stick my finger with the needle, and I'm bleeding.
Oh my God!
And he's like, let me help you, and then he takes my finger and sucks off my blood. And it's like,
oh my God!
The tension
is he a
there.
vampire?
No, it's just he has feelings for me, okay? And the tension is there, and I look into his eyes, and I just go for it.
I love this. It's so sexy. Oh my God!
I need to write a book with a seamstress.
Yeah, the palace seamstress that falls in love with the prince, or the prince falls in love with her. That's delicious. Write it right now.
All right. We're going to move on to Sleeping Beauty. So
wait, you guys didn't answer how you were going to get him to kiss. Oh, you say you were just going to go for it.
We're both going to fucking kiss him.
Yeah, well, when we're like working with the dog, because I'll be like, you need to work, I need to train you as well. And while I'm doing like weird dog things with him to like teach him, I will brush his hand and will like make eye contact for a prolonged period of time, and I will just go for it because I'm like, I gotta get her done. It's time.
Get her done.
I have a deadline.
I think I will say, like, while he's taking care of me, and like I'm like feeling a little sick and on my hives, and I'm like, those like really long chaises with like, that are fancy and like women would like lay out on them. I'm doing that.
The fainting couches.
Yeah. And he's like, do you feel better? And I'll be like, no, I think you have to kiss it to make it feel better. And then we'll make out.
Wow, smooth.
I'm pretty smooth.
You are. All right. We're moving into Sleeping Beauty, which upon reanalyzing, I was like, this is so fucking stupid. So there are these 3 fairies, right, that are in charge of... So basically, there's this christening, or after she's born, and the fairies are all invited except for the evil fairy. And she's like, oh, I'm so mad that I wasn't invited. Now she's going to be cursed when she turns 16 to die when she plucks a spindle.
It's very drama.
And the last good fairy is like, well, I can't take away her curse, but I'm going to make it so that if she pricks her finger, she only falls into a deep sleep. And then true love's first kiss can wake her. And the fairies are like, okay, well, to deal with this, like, let's raise her in the forest so that we can protect her from getting her spindle thumb pricked, so that'll never happen to her. And the king burns all the fucking spindles in the kingdom, and
which means no one has new clothes or new bedding or new anything.
They raise her till she's 16 in the forest, and then they're like, let's throw a birthday party, go out and pick some berries alone so we can get ready. You spent 16 years protecting her, and then it's her fucking birthday where the deadline is to prick her finger, and you leave her alone, you dumb bitches. Okay? And then, of course, she ends up pricking her finger after she falls in love. She falls in love with the prince on her little walk. They just like dance together for a second. And then she pricks her finger and they're all like, oh, well, we should just make everyone go to sleep while we're trying to figure this out. Even though they made it so that the prince has to kiss her to wake her back up. So stupid. Anyway, so we're rewriting the movie. Now, you are a fairy, because that's what I realized reading this, is that the movie's not even about her. She's just there. It's about the fairies being stupid and mad at each other. Okay? You are one of the fairies, and you're put in charge of, like, you learn that she has this curse when she turns 16. What are you going to do to protect her from being prick fingered?
I think I'm inviting fucking Maleficent. I think I'm going back and I'm just inviting Maleficent because that's so mean. It's so mean not to invite her. Why? Because she's black?
Well, okay. She already put the curse on because you weren't in charge of inviting. It was the parents and they were stupid. You're the fairy.
I would be like, you stupid fucking parents, invite Maleficent. Like, they're not inviting her because she's dark and moody and like,
yeah, but
whatever.
She already put the curse on. So like, how will you deal with protecting and fixing this? I think it is a good idea to just like have a meeting with Maleficent yourself.
True. You like talk to her and you're like, hey boo, I'm so sorry. Like,
yeah,
I didn't mean,
the power of apologizing.
I think she'd be, I don't know, maybe I'm like convoluting like the Angelina Jolie Maleficent.
I am fully convoluting
and Maleficent from like the 1960s Sleeping Beauty. But 59. Sorry. I feel like she's more understanding. And like, I genuinely think that they were scared of her because of the way that she looked. Which makes me sad. So I think we talk to her.
Okay. You guys are forgetting that Maleficent turns into a big scary dragon.
So we ride the dragon. I don't know.
So as a fairy, I am going to learn how to also turn into a big scary dragon.
Oh, I
We're
love
fighting
that.
fire with fire here, though.
Exactly, though. That's what you have to do. There's no way that you can protect her. She put a curse. So either you figure out how to break the curse.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I would figure out how to like talk to Maleficent and be like, can we like settle this? Because I didn't not invite you. And this child isn't the one who didn't invite you either.
I just don't think Maleficent, she's got hate in her heart. She's set on this. There's no way she's turning back around. Now, if you're taking out like the whole Angelina Jolie movie, I feel like she wouldn't set it. And how Disney magic systems work, you can't really just like break a curse. It has to happen.
Something. Yeah.
And then there's no way to stop it from already happening. So it's like either you take those fucking 16 years and learn how to be a big scary dragon to be able to fight Maleficent.
Okay, so let's move forward in that we can't talk to Maleficent. What is the plan then for these 16 years? My plan would be like to sit down Aurora the second that she understands English and tell her everything that's going on, and that tell her about the spindle so she knows.
That's true.
Stupid idiot.
She does get put in a trance, so there's really not anything that she can do.
But if she was prepared, I bet that we could train her mentally for this type of
be
magic.
anti-trans.
Well, like, you know how we like work up our mental blocks in every single magic thing?
Oh, yeah.
We can work on that. I'm sure there's like anti-trance technology mentally that we could talk about and build and stretch like a muscle. Okay, and we could chain her up on her 16th birthday.
Oh, God.
Like a werewolf and the full moon.
There's also another simple solution is that if this does happen, you have plan B, which is then have her and
the prince ready to kiss her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And have them actually meet in secret.
Him?
That is definitely the best course of action.
She could tell him, well, like, hey, it's my 16th birthday and we just fell in love. So, like, if I pass out and become a comatose, you just need to kiss me and I'll come back. Like, just communication
is key. Absolutely. I do think separately though, you're right, Natasha, we should all learn how to become dragons because that's really fucking cool. And why wouldn't we also learn
side quest?
I call the red fairy.
Fine, I'll be green.
So but I don't think I would take her away from the castle. Like, I wouldn't hide her away. I would put these measures in place and have all these different plans.
Katie says these fairy tales are all warnings about what happens when we keep knowledge from women.
Exactly. Go off, Katie.
Oh, wait. Okay, let me just tell you. Let's move on to the next one. I want to get to fucking Rapunzel. So I was reading the original Rapunzel story, not Tangled. Okay, and we're just gonna go off of this because it is fucking batshit. Okay, so
All the originals are.
this couple is finally pregnant after having a hard time getting pregnant, and the wife. They live next to this garden with big walls, and it has lots of herbs, and a sorceress lives there. And the wife is like, that Rapunzel over there, because Rapunzel is like a salad. It's like leaves. It's like a flower. She's like, I want to eat that. I'm craving it. And she starts not eating anything except she wants that Rapunzel over there. And she's starving. And her husband gets concerned. So he climbs the fence one night and steals some Rapunzel and brings it back, and he's like, here, eat this. And she's like, oh, it's so good, amazing. And she eats it, and she's like, I want more. So he goes back and starts stealing more Rapunzel, and the sorceress catches him, and she's like, excuse me, you're stealing. And he's like, oh, it's like my wife's pregnant, it's all she'll eat. And she's like, okay, well, if you want this Rapunzel, then agree to give me your firstborn. And he doesn't check in with the wife. It's just like, oh, okay.
Not being like, hey, you gotta stop eating this.
This would be so easy to stop if he wasn't the one making the fucking decisions. If he came back to me and was like, hey, so I traded our firstborn child for our salad that you like. I would be like, fuck you, bitch. Go trade yourself.
Yeah, literally. I think the solution to this problem is that you don't marry a fucking idiot. Don't marry a man that would make poor decision making in a place like when he's pressured.
Literally. Like, why wouldn't you just say, you know what? I'd rather not.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, can I just pay you for the Rapunzel that I took last time and we'll settle up?
Else?
Dude, crazy.
Like, it's so ridiculous. Yeah, so how would you handle your husband coming back to you and telling you that he traded your child for the salad that you like?
Divorce. And then I would say go back to the witch and sell your own damn self.
Yeah.
I guess
Trade.
I feel like I'd have to go with him because I'll be like, fuck, you
I don't
know
trust
what you're
you.
doing. Yeah.
Okay, so if this is already set in plan and like there's a whole whatever document that he signed to like trade you, I would take the next 8-7 months, go find a female sorceress and learn from her how to kill the sorcerer so that I don't have to trade my fucking child.
Natasha is like, I'm going to class. Every story you're like, I'm learning, I'm going to class. I love it.
The long gone.
I feel like you just become a sorceress in this situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And you be a badass
I'd
bitch.
be like, I'm not letting anyone take my child. I will do anything and everything to keep.
But are
her
you
safe.
going to reprimand your husband?
Oh yeah, he's gonna be in the doghouse. But guess what? He's gonna have to do everything to also help me.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. Divorce
Katie.
after he helps.
We're moving on to Snow White. Your evil stepmom has paid someone to come kill you by cutting out your heart. And he has you cornered in a dark movie theater. And you're there, the only one left, watching the latest Pixar film alone.
What?
Yep. And he's there to murder you. He's like, sorry, your stepmom paid me. How are you going to convince him not to kill you?
It depends on what Pixar movie it is, because like, how is he feeling? Is he emotionally like exhausted? Is he feeling like really warm? You know, is it like what did he just watch? Toy Story 4? Or
so
did
he
watch,
busted in.
like-
He hasn't been watching it like you were watching it. He found
shit.
you here.
This is interesting the way that you put this, Christine, because I feel like, you know, the huntsman's heart softens back in the day, like, you know, in the 1400s to a woman, because that's and if you put the huntsman and Snow White in modern times now, I feel like there's more of a reason for like a man to not to actually like go for it now. I feel like they're more brutal these days than maybe they were back in the day. Because like men,
are you saying there's more of a reason for him to kill you or less of a reason to kill you?
There's more of a reason because of the whole like anti-feminist like agenda.
Yeah.
And
I feel like the way I would try to get out of this is to manipulate him.
Yeah.
I would be like, wait, I would appeal to like, oh, I'm in love with you, or like if I had to, it'd be like sexual favors. Like I would do anything to like try to get in his head.
I was gonna say, if it's modern times, like
Yeah.
that, which is so icky that like, yeah, it's icky to think about, but yeah, I think I would use anything, my body, or, you know, to not get killed. I mean, that's like the final.
When you have him like in a vulnerable position because you get him to like believe whatever
Yeah.
you're saying,
I'm cutting
that's
his,
when
like-
you strike and get out.
Yeah, I'm like cutting like his leg pretty deep, or, you know, like,
I'm gonna kick him real hard in the balls and like
Yeah.
run. Yeah.
if I'm thinking of like I can't remember exactly, but like the huntsman always falls for Snow White in all the retellings. Like
Yeah.
he never. That's how she gets away. It's because like his heart softens
Yeah.
towards her because of like her innocence.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in Once Upon a Time, they have like a little canoodling type of sitch. Like they've got like a back and the forth. But then like the evil queen like speaks to his heart and like has him kill her, and he's like, no, I don't want to. So is the huntsman like, does he know me at all?
I feel like he's been around, but he doesn't like know you personally.
'Cause essentially he's an assassin
Yeah.
in this sense.
Like it's like picture this like the mob or something, and the evil queen.
This isn't funny
the
anymore.
head.
Yeah, I was like, this is really
It
serious.
got dark. Should we go back to the 14th century? All right. Well, let's just skip.
Well, now I'm like
Convince him not
sad
to kill
thinking
you.
about it.
Yeah.
Snow White, if it was modern, is really dark.
Really dark, really dark.
Yeah, it's
really
kind of
dark.
scary to think about it.
But all of these in modern time are really terrifying because of
Yeah.
like how being a man and a woman have evolved since those times, and like
Well,
what we're expected
honestly-
to do.
Snow White was horrifying when we watched it as kids.
Yeah, yeah.
It just feels less real because it's a cartoon. And it's
true.
like olden times that we can't wrap our head around. But if the same
Yeah, there's,
situation
like-
happened now, it would be like
I
someone
forgot
put a hit out
about
on you.
the Huntsman until I watched Snow White in theaters, like really recently,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh my god, yeah, this part is terrifying.
yeah.
Or she like falls through the dark forest. But then if I can't remember what happens in Snow White and the Huntsman when like Chris Hemsworth is the huntsman.
Like, could you
Like-
imagine if you you escaped and like you ran into the forest to get away from them, and you happened upon this house, and it was like empty, but there's 6 beds and like 6 everything, and you just like decided to
You mean
fall
7?
asleep.
Snow White and the
Seven doors, babe.
Oh fuck.
We're like 6.
I don't like Snow White. The number has escaped me. I'm okay, but like, what are you gonna do while you wait? You know, like, are you gonna? I feel like she should have concocted a plan, but she just kind of falls asleep.
Are we back in the 14th century?
We're moving back to make it less real for all of you. Like,
Katie goes, I'm sure as hell not cleaning the fucking house.
I don't know, like, yeah, yes, but also I'm like bored in this situation. Like, what else is there to do except clean this cluttered house? And I do think it's super satisfying when you see a place go from like messy to organized.
I wouldn't shelter in place in a house that looks like
Lived
people live there.
Yeah.
Amy's like, not gonna lie, first thing I'm doing is checking for snacks. Yeah, like, You'd probably
So true.
look for stuff you can use, but would you stay there? It feels
Oh, true.
dangerous.
Maybe we steal from the dwarves.
Yeah.
I think you have to pillage
Yeah.
because you can't go back home. You got to keep going forward. So
yeah, you have to
gotta
be a
get as many.
vagabond.
Yeah, you got to change your fucking outfit first of all. Get out of that yellow and blue.
Oh God. Yeah.
You're like that ugly ass dress.
And like people can see you from a mile away.
It's true.
Yeah,
Gotta do
you gotta fit
camouflage.
in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't look like a princess anymore. Yeah, get your stuff and start heading for the next village. And
I feel like of all these stories, Snow White is the easiest actually to slip into our reality. You know what I mean? Like with Rapunzel, like we would never do that.
There's a lot
happen.
less. I think there's like if you remove the magic, you have a pretty similar story.
Yeah, you can. It could slip into our reality very easily if you remove the magic part of it.
Yeah.
It does feel like something that you would see like with like
Besides, the dwarves.
besides the dwarves, but the dwarves could just be like 6 dudes like in a house, like a frat bros. Like
Yeah, that's true. Oh my God.
Living
Wait,
together.
but that was literally the Amanda Bynes movie, no?
oh, I never watched
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do remember it being pitched like that.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, okay. So we're back in the Snow White area, and you do just like kind of stake out the house, and like you're not sleeping because that's fucking stupid. And they come back, and you like meet them all, and they kind of feel normal, but they all have names that are like emotions. What do you tell them to call you? Because you're on the run. So are you going to like go with an emotion name too?
I'm Beauty.
Beauty.
I think I'd be needy.
I'd be chaos.
I was going with lips red as blood, hair black as night.
Well, I'm just thinking about Snow White. Like, she's
think
needy in
needy
this
actually really
situation.
fits
Yeah,
in
because
with
she's
the
like, she
dwarves.
needs somewhere to stay. She needs food. She needs shelter. She needs to like get the fuck out of
Or
this
I could be
place.
hungry.
Hungry. That is
That
a
goes
good
with
one
that.
That
for
is
you.
your true.
That is your
calling.
true. I think needy honestly works for me too.
I would be
Beauty.
I'm okay. No, I'm not gonna be Beauty.
She's got an outfit one for the dwarves.
Yeah, I have to be like caring.
Oh, that's cute.
Caring feels too good for them.
Because
Homie.
Snow White has like the most
What
like
about
soft,
cozy?
caring heart.
What
about
cozy's cute?
Cozy? Is that kind of
Cozy?
adjacent?
Cozy.
No, I like caring.
Okay.
Okay. Caring just sounds like Karen.
No, but don't they all have like needy, hungry,
Sneezy.
dopey,
Grumpy, sneezy, dopey,
Oh, but there's
yeah.
Doc, so you could be that. You could be caring because you're like Doc is like just
You're
Doc.
the dog.
Caring is an adjective.
You know it works.
Yeah,
Just
it
doesn't have the Y at the end.
Yeah, it's the same. It's just like the Y, the intonation that goes.
Carrie.
Carrie. Okay, so what did we choose? Needy, hungry, and
Caring.
you see what I mean?
Wait, I get fine. I'll be cozy.
That's cute. We're so cute.
Cute. All right. Okay, so you're living with them, but they go out for work, and this old hag shows up and knocks on your door, and she's like, "Here's an apple. Eat it. What are you gonna do?" Because why couldn't you just not fucking eat it? You
I don't
stupid-
typically
I can't.
like I'm in the mood for apples very rarely. So if I'm gonna be honest with myself, I'd probably be like, meh, I'm good.
Like if some old crazy lady was at my door, I don't think I'm gonna open it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Katie says, well, she's hungry and fresh fruit is probably very hard to come by at the time.
That is so
Good
true.
But We learned
Scurvy
from
is on the rise.
a very young age never to take candy from a stranger. They're always out to murder you.
They're always out.
I mean,
Why is it only one apple?
If she brought
Why
over
aren't
like
you
a
eating the apple?
lasagna or Girl Scout cookies,
If it was like a bushel of apples, it'd be less suspicious.
that's true. But if she like was a girl, like she was peddling Girl Scout cookies, woo! I'm done.
That's
I'm
a
dead.
different story. They're signed,
like-
sealed.
she had like apple muffins.
Yeah. Ooh.
Apple cake, apple turnover, a la Regina from Once Upon a Time.
I agree. She could have like spruced it up a bit.
I'd be like, oh, I'm good. Thank you so much.
I'd be suspicious if she baked it too.
No, I wouldn't. I feel like that would be less suspicious.
Me too.
Baked goods are
So easy to put poison in a baked goods.
You also though like are way more hesitant when it comes to food, just because like there's a lot of
Yeah.
foods that like you know that you can't eat. It's like when someone cooks something or bakes something, you don't know what they put inside. Tasha and I are like, nah, whatever. Muffins, hell yeah.
Hungry is a picky eater.
Hungry is a picky eater, but she does be hungry. She do be hungry.
That's why she's hungry.
It's interesting that you say like, oh, it's harder to poison something like an apple than like a baked good.
Yeah, well,
It's-
it takes more finesse.
I guess, yeah. She's like dipping it in the solution, whereas you can like, I don't know, pipette it into muffins.
You could just put it in, mix it.
Yeah, and
Pop it in the oven.
Yeah, it's true.
Like weed brownies.
Does the oven kill the poison?
Not if it's made for the oven.
We're spending too long on this apple. I mean, I think if anyone gave me one fucking apple, I wouldn't take it. So
I'd throw it at her face.
It was be like, just chuck it at her. Be like, no, fuck you. You take your apple. Yeah.
I just
You eat
would
it.
I already know that my stepmother is an evil sorceress and does little magic and
That's
stuff.
true.
I would be on high alert.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have one more quick one that we can do. I think that this discussion got really interesting. Like, I like that it took like a hard like left into real life for a second and made us think about fairy tales.
All these
in a new
stories
way.
are scary. All these stories are scary.
They are very scary.
And I think there is a through line about how vulnerable women were during those times.
still are, yeah.
absolutely. We
And
do
still
have
are.
more, in terms of like
Authority
we do have more
sometimes.
agency now, and authority
Agency,
sometimes,
yeah.
you're right. But like, yeah, this world is scary for women, and like in a lot of these stories, there is a man that comes to save the woman, but like, if I'm honest, a lot of the times that is the reality. How many times do you have to have a man in the room to be taken seriously? Like at the doctor,
Yeah.
for example?
Yeah.
Like I told Aiden, I said, when I go to the doctor, like I would like you to come with me, because if you're sitting there, they're going to take me more seriously. I'm
very
allowed to
annoying.
go to a lot more places when Aiden's with me. I can feel more comfortable. Like when Alex and Aiden were at the Ren Fair with us, I felt so much safer despite us being followed by multiple men as a group. But when I was alone with just the girls, did not feel as safe. And that's just the reality. And like, I do think that that's an interesting, like, as we go into fairy tales and Disney creates movies that are just like strong female empowerment, that's wonderful and that's great. And we're working towards that reality.
Yeah,
But
manifesting.
Moana 2 is not happening in real life. Like, I'm just saying.
Well, even something as stupid as like, I need to return an air mattress, and like, I can't get it into my car.
Yeah.
And I can't return it unless I'm going to ask some dude to pick it up for me. I hate this.
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, when I went to go pick up freaking pizza a couple months
Yeah.
ago, and I had like begged Alex to come with me. I'm like, I don't want to go alone. I don't want to go alone. And he did come with me. And lo and behold,
Yeah.
I was put in a very scary situation where a man literally stalked me into the pizza parlor and started making like salacious remarks about me. and no one at the front was doing anything, even though it was a man. And I had to text Alex to come in and help me and like bring me out and like
I mean, that
get
stuff
me out of the
happens
situation
way too often.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, wrapping it up. Your uncle murdered your dad, and your dad was the king. All right. And now, like, he's probably going to try to murder you because you're the rightful heir to the throne. So you run away, and you're actually a lion, and you meet this pig and a weasel, and they
Meerkat.
Oh,
Put some respect on
meerkat.
Timon's name.
And they teach you how to live off of bugs and have fun and not worry about and take your life so seriously. Now, you hear that the kingdom's in disarray.
I know. I like how I didn't correct you for Pumbaa. He's a warthog. Shit. Damn, warthog and meerkat in the African savannah. Damn it.
Sorry, I'm not up to date on their exact species. Okay, but you hear that your friend comes to find you and she's like, the kingdom's not doing well. And you're like, well, I have a beautiful life. She's like, well, you have to come back.
unbothered man.
You have to come back. You have to kill your uncle. Do you go back and kill your uncle? What are we doing in this sitch? Because I feel a little unprepared to kill my uncle and all of his evil minions.
Very much so.
Well, if I knew that I would have an entire pride behind me, I think I would feel a lot better about going to kill my uncle.
Well, we don't even know what the pride's going to be behind us.
Which
because they
uncle
are-
of mine is it? I have a lot of uncles.
It's an evil uncle.
I have an
that
evil
killed your
uncle.
dad.
Yeah, but like,
Now you need an apple of Elisa's. Bring an apple to your uncle.
Katie goes, #Nala should have been king. Yeah, she
Nala
should've.
absolutely should have been king.
Agree.
Well, in the Lion, here's the thing about the Lion King, is that the female lions
They
are the
hunt.
ones who run the pack.
Yep.
The male lion like just kind of are there.
He's just a
And they
figurehead.
sleep so much. All
Yeah.
they do is sleep. And the women hunt and they protect. I
Jenny
agree.
says that we needed a training montage for Simba. For real. Like,
Yeah,
he has
we
no
did.
experience. He eats bugs.
That's true. How is he like still like,
In shape.
oof, yes. He's just munching on fucking cockroaches every day. And those caterpillars.
Like, I feel like I would feel so unprepared because you've kind of grown up now, not around anyone like you. Like, so you
Yeah.
don't know how the lions work as much. Like, you have faint memories, but he was a baby. He was like 2.
Yeah, but also like he killed his dad. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Also, the trauma.
Katie said vegan Simba doesn't stand a chance against a
Against a
pack of
pack of
hyenas.
hyenas.
100%. Is that like a lion's version of being vegan? I guess
Edward
like kind
Cullen.
of like Edward
Yeah.
Cullen style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely need some training. Like, Nala's gotta kind of come in and help this
Train.
boy out.
Yeah.
But like, she's also has to she's gotta like recruit the other lions. Like, it can't just be her and Simba.
Yeah, I was about to
against the
say,
world.
like, the pride has to be secured. I also think I would say, like, yeah, I'm down to do this, but I need you to be with me. I need us to do it together.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Like, you just don't go you don't just go conquer a nation. Yeah.
You don't just go conquer a nation.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's bananas.
It's a long con.
Yeah. I feel like maybe I would try for like a long con, like a sort of like a Trojan horse situation with this, because I don't want to just walk up to fucking
surprise
Jafar.
attack.
Not
Yeah.
Jafar, Scar.
Scar.
Walk up to Scar. Like, I would maybe hide in what could I use as a Trojan horse? In an offering of food.
I mean, I think you have to kind of lure them out too, like one by one.
out from their cave.
Like start like making like get all of the other animals involved.
Yeah,
and
that's true. Be like, you no longer want to live in tyranny. This is a revolution. It's a revolt.
Yeah.
You get the giraffes on your side, the hippos, which was kind of. Oh, I'm going to do a spoiler.
For Lion King?
No, for Mufasa.
Oh, I still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Right, so I will bring it back. Bring it back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you guys should go see that after this discussion. Watch Mufasa.
I heard it's really good.
It's good.
It's just Simba's in a hard situation. It's honestly a miracle he got out of there alive.
Yeah, it is. But also, the pride does stand with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Simba, it's you. Yeah. All right.
Simba was hot. Like,
he was.
As a child, I was like,
lion.
why am I attracted to this lion? It was very weird.
Yeah, it's because he's got human-like characteristics. And he's
Nala's
so fun.
gorgeous. Yeah. I'm like realizing I like the Beast. I like... I don't know if you guys ever saw Spirit of the Stallion of the Cimarron, but that was literally my sexual awakening. That fucking horse with eyebrows. So...
But you know, like when Simba like goes like this with his big hair.
Oh, yeah. You love that.
It's
you
majestic.
love that.
Like billows. It looks so good. This is where my love of hair came from.
Yeah, maybe. It's like Simba and Edward. It's like the floof and the big voluminous.
Got so much volume.
Yeah. Christine's a slut for volume.
She is a slut for volume.
Slut for volume.
So am I.
All right. We are going to rock on into Mary Kiss Cliff, y'all. What you got for us, Chloe?
So I decided that if we're doing Disney, we're going to do Disney princes, okay? And I picked what I think is the 3 hottest Disney princes. And you're allowed to, fight with me on who's the hottest, but you do have to answer by Mary Kiss Cliff. So number 1, Eugene, a.k.a. Flynn Rider. Number 2, Li Shang. And number 3, Prince Eric.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm marrying Flynn Rider because I love him. I'm going to kiss Li Shang because he's super hot. I just sometimes I'm in the beginning, he was kind of annoying. And then Prince Eric.
I feel like your real life type is Li Shang.
I feel like Li Shang, we don't get to know him enough. Like Flynn Rider,
looks
I feel
wise.
like I fully know him. But Li Shang, looks wise.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm marrying Prince Eric.
Okay, so I picked one for all of us. Okay, I'm right so far, so I feel good about that.
Prince Eric has always been my favorite, and plus he has a castle on the beach.
The water,
so
I know. Oh my God, prime real estate.
It's a beautiful place where he lives.
It's going to get run over by waves and hurricanes and global warming.
Okay, we don't need to have reality in here. I'm going to kiss Flynn Rider because he's cute. And I'm sorry, Li Shang.
You guys, I knew you bitches were going to do those. I knew it. We all have different ones. I'm marrying Li Shang because that man is fine. He's so fine. And he can wield a sword like no other. And I just love him. And then I'm going to kiss Prince Eric because I love a dark hair, light eye moment.
Oh my God, you're going to cliff.
And I'm going to cliff Flynn Rider. I'm about him. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my God, you guys.
Okay.
Wait, was I right about the hottest princes? Do you think someone else is hotter?
I can't think of any. Aladdin.
I thought about Aladdin for you.
What's his face from
Prince Naveen.
Princess and the Frog?
Prince Naveen is fabulous too.
Yeah. Aladdin would be if I was going to replace Prince Eric. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. That was our show today. Thank you all so much for being here with us. Our show is edited by Emma Burton, Vergard, Natasha Polis, Christine Riccio, and Alex Polis. Our socials are run by Chloe Laverson. Make sure you're following us at Those Forking Fangirls on Instagram, TikTok, and of course, YouTube if you like the visual version of the show. And our music is by Cole Jenkins with vocals by Heather Traska. We release new episodes every single Friday. My name's Christine.
I'm Natasha.
And I'm Chloe.
And we are off to go record Fangirl Tea Time. So if you're a patron, that's up next. If not, we'll see you next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.